Alright, Isty.
Alright.
Isty cool.
Alright.
Everyone clap for Isty. We have to be supportive. Remember the therapist says to be supportive. Here you go.
I don't want
What are you, my undergarments?
Jockstrap.
Alright, look. I literally walked in here expecting to play the werewolf, but since I don't know how time works, I have 3 stories. I have a tech support story, I have a poop story, I'm not joking about that, and I have a con story. Which one do you not want to hear?
The con story.
Poop story, okay, here's the poop story, folks. That's right, sit down and deal with it. Okay, so folks, I was working at Blockbuster from about 2001 to 2004, and this is the very first Blockbuster store I ever worked in, and I was promoted to shift leader because they did not know what they were doing. And they had, at one point, this was a Friday night, it was busy because it's a Blockbuster, it's Friday night, it's 2001, just bear with me on this, this actually happened. Those of you who are not old enough to remember this, get out. And this lady walks in with her little kid. You gotta understand, to get into our bathroom, you had to have the key. So the lady walks up and says, I need the key for my little kid. So I'm like, all right, we give her the key for her little kid. And they go into the bathroom together, little kid, like 4 or 5 maybe. Wait a few minutes, lady walks out. What's wrong with this story?
No kid.
The kid. Where's the kid? A few minutes later, kid walks out, they leave. Now, we start to get some complaints about the smell. And you gotta understand, I have this coworker named CJ, and I'm pretty convinced that if a meteor ever falls and destroys the Earth, it will land on CJ's head. This guy has the worst luck in the world, and I have yet to find anybody who can disprove this. So, we're getting customer complaints, and I kind of peek in there, like, I'm walking, because it's down a hallway, I'm creeping closer, I'm like, Donna. Donna. Donna, Donna, Donna. And I open the door. Who here has seen Dogma? Okay, show of hands. Where do we go? It was on the floor, on the sinks, on the toilet, on the walls, higher than the child could reach. I'm not sure how this happened. It was an even coating of body paint, and by which I mean paint from the body. And we said, well then, keep in mind Friday night, busiest night of the week, we said, well then, time to draw straws to see who gets to clean it up. Guess who draws the short straw? CJ. Now, believe it or not, I also use this as a motivational story when I'm talking to people about why I might want to be management at some point. Because, I don't know what's wrong with me. Actually, I do, but I'm not allowed to say. Court order. So, CJ says, I'm going to get smoke for this. And CJ walks outside for a smoke, and I go and I get the mop bucket, and I rinse it out, and I fill it full of dirt, and I go in there. You don't exactly clean a mess like this. That's not how this works. I create an ingress. I get some of it off the floor. Now one can actually access the bathroom, ostensibly without dying. I mean, no guarantees. Understand, this is a thick layer. If this were a car, you could drive it out. Go back, rinse out the mop, put more water in, put more detergent in, go back in there, create a deeper ingress. Yes, 2 mop bucket loads of water and soap. For a deeper ingress, we have not started on any of the fixtures, and we won't in this story. And CJ walks back in and he's like, what are you doing? And I say, you need to watch the front. I say, all of you need to watch the front. Now you have to understand, this is Friday night, we're open until midnight. This happens around 6 p.m. Guess what I spent the rest of the night doing?
Cleaning the bathroom.
Cleaning the, well again, now we've covered this. One doesn't so much clean the mess as cope with the mess, as exorcise this shit demon that has possessed this homunculus that has apparently exploded in our bathroom. And I come out and I tell each and every person who's working with me, I never want to hear you say that I would ask you to do something I'm not prepared to do myself. Instant loyalty, people. Instant loyalty. These people would have taken a bullet for me and don't think I was intended to ask them sometimes. Okay, so now, how long do I have left?
Yeah, 1 minute.
I got 1 minute. Okay, folks, here's the internet story. At one point, I was working tech support for CompuServe. Yes, CompuServe, that was an actual company. And I had somebody come in, and I don't remember what the problem was, but they had to clear out their Internet Explorer cache. Anybody who knows Internet Explorer cache knows they kind of hide that underneath about 1,000 directories, or at least they did in those days. So I told them, I need to clear your Internet Explorer cache. They said, how do I do that? I said, go find your Internet Explorer directory and find your cache directory. And they said, I don't know how to spell Internet Explorer. And I said, okay, fine. It's INTERNET space EXPLORER. And we go back and forth for 15 minutes. Spelling 2 words that I know how to spell, spelled exactly correct the first time, without fail. Finally, after 2 calls to mentors, both of whom go, I don't even know at this point. I say, okay. I want you to look at your screen, and I want you to tell me, letter for letter, exactly what you have typed. She says, I-N-T-E-R, good. N-E-T, okay, good. S-P-A-C. And you have to understand that at this point, this was my actual job, so I actually had to sit there and, as a professional, not scream, what? at her. And I had to say, excuse me, I have to check some resources, which is code for let me put you on hold and try not to push my face through the monitor. And I actually had to come back and say, no ma'am, it's actually the word space. How do you spell that? I went on a 45-minute break after that call. I swear to you, this is entirely true. And I remember it to this day. Understand, this was like more than 15 years ago. This is trauma. That was not me acting. That was a flashback. Because aneurysm. They wonder how you have an aneurysm, they wonder how your brain just kind of suddenly goes, no, screw it. That's what happens. You deal with too many stupid people, and your brain just kind of goes, let's see what they're doing. And the screen just goes, like the old CRTs. Now, I have a choice. I can either pass this off to you or someone else. I pass it off.
Everyone Istanbul! Points for going with the poop story. That was brave. I would have gone for the poop story.
I can sympathize with them.
But you have standards somewhere.
No. Actually, I don't have those standards. I just don't have any standards.